Yo, what's poppin' in the dojo, Jimbo? It's Max Gira. You remember me? You remember me? The big loud guy who likes Godzilla. So, I figured let's start our journey today, and let's start it off with something I need to get really good at, and that's dynamic poses. And so, I want to be chillin' like the villain about it, do something that I really like, and that's Attack on Titan today. There's not going to be any Attack on Titan spoilers, don't worry, don't click off the video. But I just want to say, I really like this image, especially compared to what I was originally going to draw. Because what I was originally going to draw was a little bit stinky. You know, when I take a look at it here, all I think is this. I'm pretty darn happy with this image, and I do a lot of techniques in this image that I didn't do in the first one. Like, for example, I do foreshortening, which is making objects appear larger and smaller depending on the perspective. So all the hands will seem larger or smaller depending on how you're looking at the image. Another thing I did in here was gravity weight. I actually used vectors, which is a fancy scientific term, but essentially I used lines to make all the characters seem weighted, heavy. And then I also used line weight. I made the lines thicker as you get closer and the lines thinner as you get further away. So that way it looks like things are closer and farther to you, to add on to that foreshortening. And then the last thing I used here, which I really liked, and I think I'm going to continue this on in everything I do, is mixed media. You see, normally I would just use Ohuhu markers for my colouring or something completely different, but in this one I used multiple colourings. For example, I used Ohuhu markers for the base, I used art pens for the lines, and I used watercolors, watercolor pencils to be specific, and ordinary pencils for the highlights, and I think that turned out very nice. So I'm very excited to see how you guys like the production of this image. So okay, with all the boring stuff out of the way, let's talk about what I wanted to talk to you about today. Today, I'm here to convince you all that colorblind is being funny. And you might be thinking, Max Gira, what the heck does that mean? And I have but one word to say to you. Truth! You see, when I was a lad, I was diagnosed with color blindness, and I'm still colorblind, obviously. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, that's actually pretty cool, man. That must make you a really unique artist. And to that I would say, oh, thank you very much. Cheers. But for the sake of this video, we're going to say it's a pain in the bum for the first 80% so I can milk it out of its comedic value and try and make a good video out of it. But yeah, colorblind is being pretty funny. When I was a boy, I was diagnosed with color blindness, around 7 years old, red-green color blindness. And so in my life, it's really been nothing more than a parlor trick for the most part. You know, you have somebody come up to you and you tell them, oh, I'm colorblind, and they're like, whoa, really? What the heck? Oh my gosh, bread slice, dog slice, home slice, bread to slice. Tell me, what color is this? What color is this? What color is that? Oh my gosh. And you know, a lot of people, they really like doing this. Please don't ever do this to a colorblind person. Not for our sake, but for yours. They like going, what color are my teeth? What am I supposed to say? Oh, yes, they're a lovely gingivitis brown with a hint of cat piss yellow. No, of course you're not going to say that. You're going to say something like this. Yeah, they're nice bone white. And floss a little more, you've got sand dunes building at the top. And you know, to some of those people who really like to bug you and poke you and you think they're quite gullible so you can get them back, this is what you do. Oh, your skin is bright purple and your teeth are like bright carrot orange, and they're like, what the heck? Really? And they start freaking out like you just told them the secret of the universe, and it's absolutely hilarious. You get a ton of giggle out of that. But yeah, nothing more than a parlor trick. That is until grade 11 biology. Grade 11 biology. You see, I don't know if you know this, but I like biology. I'm a bit of a nerd, you might call me, about biology. And so when I got into my grade 11 biology class, I was hoping, I was begging, I was praying that my biology teacher thought that I was a cool nerd. And so we have our first lab and we have to do like population stuff. Now, I don't mean to offend anyone who likes population stuff from my biologically inclined peers, but quite frankly, I think it's really, really boring. I mean, I want to be like a real biologist out there kissing sea creatures and kissing dinosaurs, not counting sticky notes. But that's exactly what we did. It was a sticky note population lab. And so there were 4 colors. Blue, red, green, yellow. And for the life of me, I really do mean for the life of me, I could not tell apart green and yellow. No matter the lighting, no matter the perspective, even going on a phone, taking a picture, I cannot tell. And so here I am with my hand, and I'm raising my hand, like, up, up, up. The teacher says, I'll get to you in a minute, I'll get to you in a minute. Up, up, up. The whole lab passes by, the whole class. And no one's coming to me. And so, I did what I had to. I guessed my numbers, I put them all in, and I wrote a really bad thesis, and I got a C. On my first project in grade 11 biology, I got a C! Who comes into a biology class and says,
"Oh yes, I want to do sticky note labs. I want to count sticky notes and be able to organize them and everything."
No, that is clapped. Who thinks like that? That's clapped. That's so clapped. Nobody wants to do sticky note lab at all, ever. Oh, grade 11 biology, man. But that's a story for another day. So let's move on. University. You think I'm going to be fun? You think I'm going to be chilling like a villain? You think I'm going to be putting the cucumbers in my eyes, being like, oh yeah, everything's good here, hang loose, man? No! I was not. Not one bit. The first chemistry lab, okay? We have to do something called titrations. Now, I don't know if you know what titration is, so I'm going to explain it to you with a little analogy. Titrations are like make your own Mickey D soap dispenser. Not soap dispenser, soda dispenser. Mickey D soda dispenser. And so you've got your titrant. That's like your soda dispenser. Then you've got your cup with analyte solution, or specifically a flask with analyte solution. That's like your Mickey D cup with ice in it. And so the point of the lab, in sciencey fancy speak, use the titrant and calculate how much titrant it takes to turn the analyte solution a bright pink using the specific pH indicator. In other terms, pour out as much juice as you can until a soda turns pink and then write it down and call it a day. So you think that'd be easy, huh? So I'm standing there and I'm swirling around the solution. I'm smiling like this. As I'm slowly mixing in the solution together. And so I'm standing like for 2 whole minutes. And at the end I'm singing to myself, please turn pink so that my life isn't ruined and I can actually have a future. And everyone starts having a little giggle at me. And so I asked them, why are you laughing at me? And then I'm like, oh, that's stupid. I'm literally singing at a bottle of juice that I'm swirling right in front of me, begging for my life back. No, that's not why they were laughing. They were laughing at me because they said, Maximilian, that juice turned pink a minute ago. So instead of having 4.3 milliliters of titrant or Coke, I had 47 milliliters of Diet Coke or titrant in my soda bottle. My lab was ruined. I was fearing for my life. I don't know if you've ever been in a first year chemistry lab, but it is like chopped, except instead of you failing up on the cook, they say to you, if you fail at this, your entire life is ruined. Everything you've ever loved and ever will love will be destroyed and die. Even so, really, in reality, all you're doing is mixing salt, a little bit of water, a little bit of dish soap in the thing. So I'm freaking out, pulling back my hair. Here comes my teaching assistant. And they're like, Grim Reaper, they look into my soul, and I'm feared. And I say, please, I'm colorblind, please. And they say, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Just write it down in your papers. Thank goodness for mercy. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. But there is mercy in the world. Next, university. I have a few mates, and me and my mates we're pretty clean people. We're pretty reserved. In fact, I'm the most outgoing and weird of any of my university friends, except maybe for our district engineer. She's a bit whack-jack, I'm not gonna lie, but I like it, it's funny. But we're the types that don't drink anything harder than water and don't smoke anything more significant than salmon. You know what I'm saying, lads, gals and pals? So we're down there and we like to take walks along the road and everything like that. We're taking a walk along the road and there's the organized Englishy people in the front and they're chatting about politics or whatever. And just a little side note, I'm never going to do politics. I'm an aspiring comedian. Doing politics is a death sentence, okay? Do not ask for politics. But anyway, we're walking along and here I am in the back with my nerdy art friend. We're talking and we've got goofy ADHD, so we really just bounce off of each other and giggle a bunch, right? And so I'm in the back, it's 10 o'clock, I'm drowsy, I'm like, that's a stupid leaf. We're in the middle of fall in November. I pick it up, I'm like, that's a stupid leaf. This leaf should be red, but it is green. Sorry for the slowness there, I'm a bit tired. It should be a different color. I'm gonna have to call the tree front office and have a Karen moment. And my friend starts giggling and they say, it's brown. And I go, oh. Colorblind is being funny. And after that stupid comment, I had no idea what could be said next. And they go, truth! Their eyes spatially unaware of what's happening around them, as if they've cut through another dimension, opened it up, and went, truth! It was so unexpected. And so I show my friends my colorblindness simulation and everything like that, and we all have a giggle, and they're like, wow, your world is so brown. I wouldn't expect it to be so dull and brown. And for a moment, that made me feel kind of sad to think my world's brown and dull, and I was a little bit shocked. And I thought about it. And I think one of my friends could tell. Because they bump me on the arm and they say, you know what, your world's beautiful. I said, what do you mean? You just said it was dull and brown. And they said, oh yeah, it is. But it's beautiful because you see it as beautiful. Because you take the time to notice every little thing and think that they're beautiful. Even so, your colors might not be my colors. They're fantastic in their own right. And so, colorblind is being funny. Really? That is very truth. Because when you're colorblind, you get to make the world your own colors, your own beauty. You get to find what's beautiful for you, even if you're not colorblind. The world is beautiful because you make it beautiful and you see it as beautiful. You appreciate what you like. Paint it in your own colors. Make your own world. That's what makes it beautiful, is you and the way you see it. So I painted this image and it's a bit strangely colored. Yes, I totally did think the Armored Titan was bright green and red until my mum came in and said those are the wrong colors. Please choose a better palette, son, and help me choose the colors. And yes, I did color the Attack Titan a bright gold. But you know what? I think it's beautiful because it's genuine and it's what I made. And if you had made it and you had made it in different colors, I would still think it's beautiful. Because those colors are how we see the world. And that's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So keep seeing the world in the colors that you see them. Make the world your own painting. Make every breath golden and let the sun shine in your heart. Cheers!